Hi, Libra, Sun and Rising. Welcome to your January 2021 Astro Update. It's Rena here. Happy New Year. And as the month begins, we have the Sun in a cardinal sign, just like you. And this is going to be the fourth house of home and family. So you might find that you have some kind of domestic issues that you're taking care of. Mercury is also here. And, I have to say that the Sun is always in Capricorn, every January 1st. So this is not anything different. Mercury is also there, and you're going to have some more energy or activity in this house as the month progresses. And so that just might make you more domestic, more concerned with the home base, the home turf, the family of origin can be more of something that you're taking care of at the moment. Some kind of thing may be going on that involves your mom. Some people say the fourth house can be the father. I just don't see it, but I have to say it because other people have said it. And just even real estate matters. To be honest with you, some of you may be getting ready to move, getting ready to buy a new home. On the 6th, Mars goes into another Earth sign, Taurus. And for you, Taurus is the 8th house. By the way, this is a general forecast in terms of, when things are going to happen for you in terms of timing. These will not all apply, some of these transits, at the time that I say they will. But they give some idea of what in general is going on. And Mars into Taurus in that 8th house is, it's a very interesting kind of a transit because the 8th house is a water house. So just like the 4th house, which I was just talking about, where you have, well, actually, you don't have anything in the 2nd house, but the 8th house is a money house. It's shared resources, though, as opposed to the 2nd house, which is, the money that you earn. These kinds of things, I think we have to, like everything else, we have to kind of keep them rather broad and not get too hung up on them because the 2nd house, even if it came to getting gifts, I would even put that a lot of times with the 2nd house versus the 8th house. But I do believe that the 8th house can be money that you are connected to that belongs to other people. So an example of this is your spouse's money, or your ex-spouse's money. This can also be like an inheritance issue. 8th house is a house of death. It's a house of, it can be the house of inheritances. Now, Mars in this house can indicate that there is some kind of conflict there. So something could be happening that is creating a some kind of like push and pull between you and another party. It might be family members, and that might be something that you have to contend with. I think I was just wondering because somebody wrote to me about a recent tarot reading that I did, and I thought it was for Libra. I don't remember what I say in my tarot readings, even the most recent ones, but they were saying that I was right about an inheritance, and that wasn't even looking at it from the astrological point of view. So that's very interesting. So in any case, the 8th house is also the house of anything to do with the occult. So that can be astrology and the tarot. And Mars can be like a driving ambition. So if this is something that you have just gotten into and it's become kind of an obsession, the 8th house can be obsessions, and you're diving just headfirst into it, diving deep into it. I could see that. The 8th house is the house of conspiracy theories and getting like just totally obsessed with that. Any kind of, and by the way, I heard somebody say, call it conspiracy theories alternative theories, and I like that better because it doesn't sound as demeaning and dismissive, but the mysteries of the universe, but also the mysteries that take place in our mundane world, like, who shot John F. Kennedy, who really, killed John F. Kennedy or something like that. These are things that people sometimes debate about, and they do a lot of investigation on it, and yeah, so that might be just the eighth house of Scorpio. So when you have Mars, when Mars goes into Taurus in this house, it is like Mars in Scorpio, so it's kind of like the detective and very, very driven to uncover the truth. Now, if you are in a relationship with somebody and you suspect that they're cheating, you might even, who knows, you might become a private eye or hire one maybe, but I think that you would do your own legwork when it comes to something around, that issue. On the 8th, Mercury goes into Aquarius, so it's been in this fourth house, and it goes into a fellow air sign. Now, that's very interesting because it's joining this party in Aquarius. We already have Jupiter and Saturn, which are longer range transits in this fifth house of romance. Again, because of the nature of your particular chart, this may not be actually your reality at this point, but it will be at some point. So all that stuff that I said, I already talked about that in a separate video about Jupiter and Aquarius going into your fifth house. You can check my channel if you want to find out about that. I'm not going to repeat it here. But the fifth house is the house of pleasure. It's the house of love. And of course, Libra, you love that topic. And it's the house of what else? Anything to do with creativity. So Mercury in this house, you could be speaking to somebody who you have interest in romantically. Maybe you're just starting very slowly and you're just having a conversation. Maybe you met over the at a holiday party or something like that, and you've just continued the conversation. Mercury can be paperwork or something like that. The fifth house. I mean, I know this is crazy. I don't even know if this would necessarily be true, but I'm thinking like paperwork for adoption of a child. The fifth house can be children, although the fifth house is conceiving children. So I don't know if that would be more the case of the fourth house, but you did have Mercury in the fourth house. So something to do with children and paperwork, something to do with a business that you're starting and paperwork. Maybe you're getting your LLC, got to get that together. Who knows? If you are a writer, that could be good for creativity in writing. Also on the 8th, Venus goes into Capricorn. Venus goes into the fourth house. So that's why I was talking about money and buying a house, maybe selling a house and getting the proceeds from that house, something to that effect. This could be decorating your house, painting it, getting new furniture. Venus can be luxury items, getting something for your house that is, kind of fancy or whatever. A high ticket purchase for your home. This can be receiving money. Venus can be money from your family of origin, mother, perhaps, I don't know. On the 13th, we have the new moon at 23 degrees of Capricorn, so also in this fourth house. So that's why I say, are you moving house? Are you going and moving into a new house? Are you getting the money from the old house and moving into the new house? Um, this can be new developments with that. So even somebody who puts their house on the market, that's a new development. But whatever you're doing, yeah, I mean, I could see like you decide you're gonna paint the house and then put it on the market. A new family member, somebody coming into your family, your home. On the 14th, Uranus goes direct at 6 degrees of Taurus, also going to form an exact conjunction with the transing Mars at 6 degrees of Taurus. Where are you breaking free? Where do you want to completely be your own person? This is Taurus's house. This is the eighth house. So when it's in a water house, it can be a little bit indistinctive. It's not like something that you can really sink your teeth into, really put a lot of effort into. So, I mean, that you can really define. So, in the eighth house, Uranus, this is weird. Actually, with Mars in the eighth house, Mars can be your sex drive, and the eighth house can be sex. Now, oh boy, how do I tackle this one? Now, Uranus can be kind of kinky, but I don't mean actually, it can be liberating. So this could be sexual liberation. However, because this is Scorpio's house, Scorpio takes sex seriously. So I would say that this could be something, if it was in that vein, that it could be something related to like tantric yoga. I know that's kind of out there, but Uranus has an intuitive angle to it, and it's also kind of different. And there are different paths in yoga, and some of them, people are more familiar with, and types of um, practices like hatha yoga or kundalini yoga or something like that. But tantric yoga is really, I mean, I think that I think it's becoming more popular, but I don't know if it only applies to sex, because I was under the impression that it's using these things that we think of that are connected to pleasure as a way to kind of transcend them, actually. And I don't know if I'm correct about that, but definitely the eighth house can be sex magic, and I would even say like sexual healing. So maybe that is what this is all about. Um, but also, if you're somebody who has been kind of uptight about this issue for some reason, that it could be a liberating factor where you like let go of inhibitions of something that has been holding you back. Maybe it has to do with religious training where you have felt a sense of guilt about this. If you have Saturn in your natal eighth house, if this is in your natal chart and you have also Saturn there natally, that could certainly indicate inhibitions when it comes to sex. Let me see. I can't think of, another possibility would be if Libra, if you've always wanted a career in something to do with metaphysics, and you felt as if that would be like, other people would look down on you or make fun of you, you might just say, screw it, I'm doing it anyway. I don't care anymore, because it's just so much, it's calling you so much that you just break free from um, allowing anybody to tell you that you can't do something like that. On the 19th, the sun goes into that house, that party house, the fifth house. And by the way, the fifth house is parties. It's anything that's fun, anything that's recreational. So, I mean, the sun rules the fifth house in the sign of Leo. So, certainly that can be something that is making your January, even though this is after the holidays, fun-filled. Maybe you're going to be doing a lot of things that involve hobbies and going to concerts, although, I hope that you're able to do, I'm sure there are some places where I am in the United States, like Florida, where people actually get to live their lives. But in any case, perhaps by this time, more things will open up again and you'll be able to do it. But even if you're doing it on your own, you'll still be enjoying yourself. And this is great for creativity because the sun is a creative force. On, on the 28th, we have a full moon at 9 degrees of Leo, and this is another friendly angle to you. The Aquarian energy is a trine, which is the easiest flowing energy, and Leo is a sextile. And the Leo sextile, this is coming from the 11th house, and a full moon here in the house of hopes and wishes could be realizing a dream of yours, having that come to fruition, something that you have wanted. Okay? Another thing that is possible is that, and also, by the way, at the time of the full moon, the sun is in that opposite house. So this is, in Aquarius. So maybe there is some kind of a creative angle. If this is, Libra people, you're ruled by Venus. So I could see some kind of artistic goal coming true for you and you being able to make that happen. And also the other thing too is that this is the house of friendships. So perhaps the moon connects with women. If you're doing some kind of maybe online event, the 11th house is the internet. That involves women. That might be something that you're bonding with them. And by the way, I had a man write to me and say, you shouldn't just like speak to the women, even, and I'm sorry if you're a man listening to this. It's just that the moon connects with feminine energy. But I do try to keep things neutral. I do have way more women subscribers or viewers than I do males. So I mean, it just is what it is. But I'm certainly not trying to exclude anyone. Maybe if you're a guy, you can have all these women, that you're dealing with. But actually, this can be just friendships, and the full moon can shed a light on this, and you might even be letting go of them if you are moving. Maybe you're saying goodbye to some friends from, that are near to you now. On the 30th, we have a Mercury retrograde at 26 degrees of Aquarius in that fifth house. So rethinking something, maybe if it's a writing project, you're doing some revisions and editing and things like that. If you're starting a business, you might, and you've already launched, you might have to do a few touch-ups. Maybe there's something you did not anticipate, and you have to kind of go back and do something, especially if it involves paperwork, contracts, things of that nature. Sometimes this can be miscommunication with somebody. You might hear back from an old lover. That can certainly happen. Anybody who has a Mercury retrograde can hear back, but you have it in the fifth house, which is a house of a love interest. So there you go. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you. It sounds like a very fun month, actually, in many ways, but also kind of deep, with that eighth house stuff happening. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a personal reading, looking at 2021, I actually have a new double reading. And I did this because this often happens, sometimes people want to dive deeper when, they're getting a personal reading. And I have like a combination natal chart interpretation and then, transits for the next year. Well, obviously, these are at least 60 minutes in length, but because of time constraints, you can't really go as deep as you want by, in each area. So now I'm offering like a special price for a full length natal chart interpretation along with the full length transits for 2021, just to get more information on both of these areas. And it's for a very discounted price. Like if you, compare how much it would be if you added the two separately. So you can check out that. It's called, what is it called? I think I just say like diving deep or something, like the deep dive or something. I just did it yesterday, so I still have to remember what I called it. But yeah, and then I have the whole enchilada, which is a combination natal chart and transits reading, as well as a full length tarot reading. So that kind of really covers all the different areas. And I have other types of readings. You can follow the link below. I'm at rainandmoonastrology.com. Take care. Bye.